Okay, so we just got the most amazing batch of questions for this Full Circle podcast. We have this follower. Her name is Dorian. She's amazing. We're not even in the same country. And this girl has been writing for this podcast, for both podcasts. She's everywhere, okay? I don't know how she found us or how it happened, but the minute we started posting, this beautiful human being has been there liking, sharing, commenting, sending emails with questions like we've asked. Like, she's just been our ride or die. And I'm so thankful that people who don't even know us, like, it's one thing for people in our lives. So we've got a lot of amazing people in our lives that really, really support our content, or like really into it and don't miss episodes and want to be, on it, and just really encourage Jamie and I and myself separately in my recovery. But it's different when it's a stranger, when it's a total stranger. Like when I started to build my platform on TikTok, because I initially started it with TikTok. YouTube was literally just a dream for the future. I also want to write a book. That's a future dream of mine, but I'm still trying to figure out how to do that financially because it is very expensive. And I can't even afford to buy us a laptop, bitch. I'm trying to edit and upload on 2 different fucking iPhones. So bear with us. We're not professionals. But anyways, it's just amazing. When I first started my channel or my TikTok, and I had complete strangers rooting for me from day one. And let me say, from day one, the Melissa that was in front of you online was not the Melissa I am today. I have grown. People have been able to watch my growth and my evolution for the last 4 years. And these people have been here like family to me. There is at least 50 people that, when I lost my TikTok account, because I had a huge platform, I had one video that had just went crazy viral. I had a Daily Mail from Australia reach out to me to want to do an interview. So it was amazing. I was actually helping people. And then I went off about Gaza because Israel is a terrorist organization that is genociding and millions of people just because of the color of their skin and their religious beliefs, just so we know. So I go off about Gaza all the time. I go off. Okay. That's just me. I'm passionate about the things that I believe in. And I believe that Israel is a fucking terrorist organization. It's just facts. They're not defending themselves. They are mass murdering men, women, and babies. Okay. It's in front of our screens every day, all day on the news. So you can't tell me that what I'm seeing is not fact. Okay. And what I'm seeing is literally the definition of genocide. So I went off about that. I said, if you guys think this is about Hamas, it was never about Hamas. Like, this goes back to 1948, like Pookie. And TikTok was like, no, we're done. We're done with you. Bye. And they took my account. They banned me. And usually when you get banned, you can appeal it and it'll take like a couple days. I pressed send on that appeal and literally an email popped up that said, sorry, Pookie, you're done for. No, appeal denied. So that was absolutely devastating. But losing the account was the kick in the ass I needed to get my ass on YouTube, because TikTok is not an app that I can rely on. I'm not going to spend years upon years building a platform to help others just to have it taken away, because there's so many. I had 22,000 followers. There are so many people that don't even know where I'm at now. Hopefully, like, once they, oh my God, I need Melissa, let me go find her, and I'm not there. Hopefully they find my other account, but still, like, the app is not reliable. And that was the catalyst that I needed to get my ass on YouTube. So it really was for the best. So now I've got this podcast, the one I'm doing with Jamie, and then my TikTok accounts. Anyways, well, I don't even know what the question was. I don't even think I said the question yet. So anyways, what I was saying is to have people who don't know us, who aren't in our lives, don't know us personally, only see us on the podcast, to have them support us is the biggest gift to me. I think it's, and Jamie feels the same way. It's just such a gift to have people engaged with us and people that resonate with us and people who enjoy us and enjoy how silly we are and enjoy how much of a head case I am. And they just love it all. And that to me is the biggest gift ever, because this is my life. This is my passion. You know, Jamie has a family and 4 young kids, and I'm in my me era. Like I from the minute they go to school until the minute they're done school, this is what I do. So I'm very lucky that I get to do this. And I'm not getting paid a dime. Okay. I'm not getting paid a motherfucking dime. This is just my passion, is to help people. And I know, because I've been told time and time and time again, that I am like a comfort creator. And when people are having a bad day in their recovery, they'll come on and listen to my dumb ass and they'll feel better about themselves. So yeah, I'm very fortunate to be able to do this and to have the voice that I do, that I always had, I wasn't using it in the right way. So that being said, let's talk about some questions. Okay, so one of the questions actually goes into what I was just saying. What can people do to best support me? 110% support what I'm doing. If you love me, you should be liking and sharing all what my people do. If you love me and you want me to succeed, you know that my content is my passion, is what I do best, and it helps people. It literally just started for me as like this cathartic outlet, and it's really kind of morphed into something bigger than that, where I've built relationships with people who are in recovery, and I've helped people get to a point where they're in long-term recovery. Like I have a girl that started following me on TikTok over a year ago, and she's over a year sober today. So those things, it's my drive to keep going. And if you love me, you'll support it. That's like number one. If you love me, you will support my content. You don't have to watch it. Just like it, share it, and big me up. That's it. Just tell people that, listen, Melissa is a really good example of what can happen when you fight for your life. Please watch her stuff. And it's not for more followers or more views. I don't give a fuckity fuck about any of that. I could care less. But if I get to one person who is clear-headed, coming up for air from their active addiction, and sees me as an example of what their life could be like if they just stop picking up, that is like the game changer for me. That it makes it all worth it. It makes all the hard work that flops worth it. It makes the time that I have to say to my kids, okay, mom's going upstairs to make a video. It's worth it all if I can just help one fucking person. And I know I do, because I get messages from all over the world. So yeah, that's like number one. Number two is just respect my recovery. That's it. Respect my recovery. There's nobody in my life that I have to have boundaries with who don't respect my recovery. Every single person in my life is in either recovery themselves, or they would never put me in a position where I would have to like turn down drugs or anything like that. Like, everybody in my life, I don't have to have boundaries with them because they're my friends, and we don't need boundaries because they don't fucking disrespect my shit. You know, that's number two, I guess, is just respect my recovery. Like, I had a friend ask me to go pick up her other friend that was having a hard day or something. And the girl, she said she was drunk. And I was like, no, I can't. Like, sorry, I'm in recovery. And she understood. Those things help support me. If you know that there's going to be drugs and alcohol where you're inviting me, don't fucking invite me. That stuff. Support my recovery, because I'm telling you, you want to put me in a situation where I have to turn down dope? You know what I mean? Like, that's so not okay to me. I would never do that to somebody. And lots of people have, in the past put me in situations where I'm triggered and I feel like I'm going to end up using, and they don't even give a fuck that they put me in those situations. So that's why I don't fuck with them anymore. Lots of people like that I just do not fuck with because they could care less about my recovery. Also, the best way you could support me or somebody in recovery is celebrate their milestones. So my people, they always make a big deal when I'm coming up on milestones. I'm lucky that I'm so far along that like it's kind of like it's still amazing when I hit like 4 years or whatever, but it's not life or death anymore. It's really not. But my friends and family still make big deals. Like I had a beautiful surprise party that was thrown for me by my friend Jess and Jamie Lee. They threw this beautiful party. All my friends and family were there. All my children were there. They had called the other parents and organized to get Emily there. Like it was the most amazing thing somebody has ever done for me in my life. Never mind just my recovery, but in my life. And that is what you can do to help addicts in recovery is make big deals about their achievements. To me, if you are the type of person that doesn't care about the achievements of others, me and you cannot be friends. Like I make huge deals online about people who are achieving tiny milestones. And if that's not you, like we're not the same. Because if you made it to 30 days, what you've been out in active addiction for 10 years, you best believe that I'm coming online and making a big fucking deal about it. And I think everybody that is in the life of a person that's in recovery, whether they have little time or long time, you should be making big deals of tiny milestones. And I tell that to every single loved one of addicts. Another thing that I really think people could do for me in my life, and that they do, is educate themselves on what I'm talking about, educate themselves on the things that I have a passion for. So like I want to be able to converse with the people that I have in my life. And a lot of people can't fill their brains with the shit that I see every day, but I'm very into world issues and stuff like that. And I would love for people, it does help. I don't expect it, but it does help when people are educated and I can actually have a conversation with them. Or even if they're not educated, but they're receptive. If you're not going to be receptive to what I think is right in this world, and we can't have a rational conversation, even if you don't believe what I'm saying, like with politics, I'm a liberal. I am not a conservative person. I'm very, very liberal. I'm center liberal, I guess. But if you don't believe in LGBTQ rights and you don't believe in the free Palestine movement and free Congo and free Sudan and understand why, even if you don't believe it, even if you don't agree with it, I want you to be able to have a conversation with me, right? And if you're not educated, I want you to listen to what I'm saying because I know I'm fucking right. And I'm going to give you resources and sources as to why I'm right. You know what I mean? So just be receptive. Just be receptive to the things that I'm passionate about and the things that I'm talking to you about. If I can't talk to you about the things that I am interested in, why are we friends? Right? So, yeah. Okay, so one of the next questions is what triggers you? So I don't have cravings anymore per se. Okay. Like I don't have, like I've always explained it the same way. I don't have that call in my head anymore, that constant thing in my head telling me to use, if I like use at all costs kind of thing. So that's what that voice had been telling me for 20 years. And I don't have that anymore. So, and I think the Sublocade injection that I'm on really healed my brain in that regard, where it's blocked the receptors in my brain that crave the drugs in layman's terms. And I don't have the cravings anymore, but I do have triggers. I have lots of triggers. One of my number one triggers is summertime at night. Summertime at night, when you were running around the streets like a fool, that shit triggers me. The smell, I have PTSD, right? So smells, seasons, songs, shows, people's mannerisms, cologne, stuff like that. Vehicles, like there's lots of things that trigger me that I've been able to. It was really debilitating in the beginning. I was a mess. From like 2018 to 2022, I was a basket case. But yeah, I definitely still have triggers. Seeing people that I was in active addiction with is a huge trigger. There's one person that I can't even talk to her online. She's an active addict, and I can't, if I see her, it triggers me. If I talk to her, it triggers me. There's a lot of people like that I just can't. I can't, because it triggers me. You make me want to get high. You make me want to get fucked up. And I can't with you, and that's no shade to whoever it is, but I love my life, I love you too. And I wish you the best. And I hope one day you find the recovery I've had. But until then, and there's lots of people like that. The father of my kids triggers me. Both of them. All three, motherfucker. They all trigger me. Like when got out of the pen last year and was like trying to fuck with me on social media and stuff, and like was like emailing me and messaging me and just being a fucking leave me the fuck alone. That shit triggers me. If you want to be in that motherfucking life, bruh, and you want to spend 7 years in the pen and then come out and start doing the same fucking shit you were doing when you got picked up back in 2017, no, bitch, bye. So block, delete. That's just what I gotta do. 2 out of the 3 baby dads I have are blocked and deleted because I just can't. They trigger me. Emily's dad's a lot easier because he doesn't talk to me. Like I don't have to, he doesn't want nothing to do with me. And that's perfect because we can be in the same vicinity and, we're good. It's fine. But my other ones, even I see them and I'm just like, oh fuck, I just can't. So yeah, they trigger me. Look, I'm triggered right now, bitch. Lots of things trigger me. Another question, is it hard to be in the area that I trapped in? So yes, lots of people have a hard time getting clean at home in their hometown, and I'm surprised I was able to. But I would leave all the time. I've been to every rehab in Northern Ontario, and I would leave to Timmins and think that I was going to get better. I would leave to Sault Ste. Marie and think I was going to get better. I would go to North Bay and think I was going to get better. I never got better. So why not stay the fuck home where my babies are at, the place that I was born and raised, and just get better here? And I'm very fortunate it worked, because it does not work for everybody. But because of the medication and all the stars aligned that helped me get better, leaving was just not an option for me. And then once I did get better, being in my own community and helping people has been the greatest gift. Helping people in my own hometown has been the biggest gift ever, because where I'm from, our overdose rate, and I'll say it again, I've said it a million times, our overdose rate has went up 185% the last few years. 185%. Timmins, Ontario is over 200%. We have the highest rate of overdose. The leading cause of death for people over 40 is overdose. Like what? I think it might even be over 30 or some shit. It's a wild statistic. What? We have hundreds of white crosses downtown that are all of my friends. And they're all people that died of drug-related deaths. And there's tons that aren't even there. So to be able to get clean in my hometown and watch people fight for their life and watch people get better has been amazing. So I'm very lucky that I did not have to leave. But yeah, it is hard. It's hard because it's hard in the summer. It's hard in the summer because anybody who lives in subsidized housing in the projects, you know that it gets bad in the summertime. It gets crazy. People are wild, especially where I'm at. My co-op has been really cleaned up. There was a triple homicide that happened next door. People were burned alive. Somebody was paid to throw Molotov cocktails into the house. I had been at that trap only a couple days before it happened, and everybody died in that house except my friend Dave, who lived there. It was his place, and I had just been there. The cops had just dropped me off there a couple days before it happened. So since then, it's been cleaned up a lot. Like, there's no more traps that I know of. I could be wrong. It's a very big place, and I don't fuck with nobody, so I could be wrong. But from where I'm standing as somebody who used to trap here, it's not the way it was at all. It's very quiet, except in the summertime. In the summertime, because our co-op is so close to I call it the crack building. It's a big giant trap. If you live in Sudbury, you know the Belle Morale is a fucking trap house. The SWAT team has an office in the building. So because we're so close to that building, it gets a little crazy in the summer. I'm also very close to the Strip, the Stroll, where all of my traumatic events happened. So yeah, it's a little fucked up. It's a little fucked up to be who I am today, but know that girl is still in here, and being in those places, seeing those places, it's difficult. But I'm managing it. Because I use it for content. I take all the fucked up shit that happens throughout the day, my triggers, and I just put it out into the metaverse because I know it helps people. Because people aren't as outwardly about, their triggers and cravings, but I am, bitch. So the other day I told this on TikTok. I'm sitting at the Tim Hortons downtown. Don't ask me why I went there, but I went there, and I'm sitting at a light. And downtown is really bad right now. It's like a fucking war zone, okay? Just people all over the place shooting up. It's bad. Tent cities, crazy. Wasn't like that when I was down there. It was not. 4 years ago, it was not like that. Now it's way, way, way worse. So I'm downtown. I'm sitting at a light, and it's raining, and there's a bunch of people huddled under the lid of a Nimbin, like a big garbage bin. And they're all smoking crack. And I sat there and fucking stared and drooled and was triggered and allowed myself to be triggered. I allowed myself to crave that fucking pipe. Ooh, to the point where the light turned green and the guy behind me had to honk the horn because I was sitting there and there's nothing wrong with that. You can do that. And then I came home and made a TikTok about it. One time, about a month ago, I was walking into the government building downtown. And I think I was going to probation or something. It was before my probation ended. And I walked in, and there was a guy and a girl smoking crack right outside the doors. And I walk in, and they blew it right in my motherfucking face. Right in my motherfucking face. I was so choked, but I came home and I made a TikTok about it. Instead of sitting here in my cravings and my triggers and being all fuckity fucked, I come out here and I use it to make content with, because I know it helps people. Because it helped me in early recovery. See, there were so many recovery content creators that I enjoyed watching in the beginning when I didn't know what I was doing and I didn't know how to navigate anything. And I was just learning and living every 24 hours and taking it one crisis at a time. There were so many content creators that I loved watching because I related to them. And then I decided, I can do this too. And I can be that for others. And I have been. So yeah, I take my cravings and triggers as they come, and they come. Yeah, the summer is a huge one for me. The streets be calling my name, bitch. The streets be calling my name. But you just have to, how I remedy that, I'll have a couple drinks, man. I'll have a couple drinks, smoke a lot of weed, have a couple coolers, stumble around the front yard for a bit and go to bed. That makes me feel better. Might not be good for everybody, but when I'm at a point where it's like, okay, I need to fucking do something or I'm going to do something stupid, I do semi-stupid shit. So I'll smoke a lot of weed and I'll drink a couple of coolers and I'll be in bed by 9:30. Nothing wrong with that for me anyways. If alcohol is your issue, don't do it. Just don't. I'm just saying what works for me, okay? But yeah, there's lots of things that trigger me and there's lots of ways that I cope. But they definitely still happen even 4 years later. So this is a good one. I'm gonna answer this on this one and full circle because this is a good one. What are your goals in recovery that you still haven't achieved that you want to? So I talked about this for a minute. I want to write a book. I really, really want to write a book. Also, in your email, okay, Dorian, in your email at the bottom, you had said, I really think you would be good talking in schools and jails. That is the goal. That is the goal. So because of my criminal record in Canada, when you work with vulnerable people, even if you're just going in and talking to kids, you have to have a vulnerable sector check. You cannot just be like in schools with a human trafficking conviction. That I'm surprised my kids' school lets me in, to be quite fair. So yeah, that's the part where I'm still trying to like navigate it. And it's really unfortunate because I'm 4 years in recovery and it may not seem like a lot, but if you knew who I was 4 years ago to who I am today, there's no reason that you wouldn't take a chance. If you know who I am today. So I know that there's lots of people who are like, oh my God, I wish you could talk in schools. I just can't because I am a criminal fucking convict, human trafficking convict at that. So the goal in 5 years, as of January 1st, I can apply for a pardon. So I will be 44, turning 45. And that's what I'm going to do. So I'm really just going to focus on making content for now and doing my recovery coaching and my sponsoring and whatever comes my way. I guest speak. I do podcasts. I'm guest on other people's podcasts. I make content of my own. So I'm just going to buy my time pretty much until I can get that pardon. And then I would love to either, go into schools, jails, youth groups. Everything you said is the goal. I just can't do it right now unless somebody takes a chance on me. So there is something in the works with my city that I may have the opportunity to participate in. And if I get that opportunity, it is a really good stepping stone because it's a place that I could use as a reference to be like, hey, did you know that these people allowed me to come and speak and I'm a convict, so could you take a chance on me too and let me go in and speak about the fentanyl epidemic to a bunch of kids because I could save their whole ass lives. Because nobody listens to cops, nobody listens to fucking social workers. They want a girl that comes in with fucking trap house tattoos, that drops an F-bomb every once in a while and talks like me, so that is the goal. So for right now, just content until we can get this pardon and then the book. And I would love to be on like podcasts, like actual podcasts, like not just like unsuccessful podcasts, because I've been on a bunch of unsuccessful podcasts, but I want to reach more people. That is my goal. And I don't want to be famous. I don't give a fuck about any of that shit, bitch. I am famous. Okay. In my hometown, I'm famous. That's all I need. So I don't give a fuck about any of that, but I want to reach more people. I have a knowledge base that not very many people have because of what I've experienced, but I'm also articulate in the way I speak so I can get the message across, right? And I don't think a lot of people have those in conjunction with each other. Like they're articulate in the way they speak, plus they've experienced what I've experienced. So I think I'm fortunate that I have that kind of like edge that some people don't have. And I think that I just really want to reach more people. So yeah, that is another goal. I would love to write a book, go into schools. I would love to go back to school. I went to college 3 different times. I took child and youth work, almost graduated and dropped out because I had a horrible, debilitating Oxycontin addiction. And then I took administrative assistant and I really struggled in the math. Like I was horrible at math. So I just dropped out of that one and then went back to child and youth work because I really wanted to be a social worker. But by that time, I had already gotten a criminal record. I couldn't do the placement. I just didn't. And I was an addict. So I dropped out again. I really want to go back to school, though. I would really, really, really love to go back to school and get some kind of degree in addictions or something. I want to work in addictions. I really want to, and not like frontline addictions because I am an addict in recovery. This is my hometown. I can't be downtown handing out needles and doing outreach that way. I just can't. That's not where I'm meant to be. I am meant to be talking to people, right? So freaking giant ass pimple. I got a pimple patch on it. But yeah, I'm not meant to be out doing frontline stuff. I couldn't do it. My baby dad did that for a really long time, worked in outreach and needle exchange and stuff. And I can't see it, man. I can't be that close to it, but I can talk to people and loved ones of addicts and people coming up in the world, like children and adolescents and stuff. And I think I would be really good in that regard. There's a whole bunch of things that I want to do. I have so many goals in life. But mostly it's just doing this and making more of this, make it bigger and make it more farther reaching. Yeah. So this is a good one. I think I've talked about this before, but what are the most important things in my recovery? It's the same thing it's this, literally this, my methadone, fuck damn shit. I haven't been on methadone in a long time. My Sublocade injection is very important. My health is very important. I'm very in tune when things shift in my mental health and I'm on it. Like, whereas before I would let myself get really low and then I would end up doing something stupid. So now I'm very in tune with the way if things are off kilter, I know and I see it in advance. That's very important, is just being in contact with my physicians all the time, making sure that they know and they're up to speed with what's going on in my life. And I'm very, very in tune with my mental health and everything in that regard. Also, like, I really incorporated Indigenous culture into and I got into witchy shit too. But I'm very into like the 7 grandfather teachings and laying tobacco and just praying. And I just learned to incorporate it and burning sage and getting rid of all the demons and shit. And that helped me because I was out there praying to a God that did not listen. That man did not listen to me. I was out there screaming to the fucking heavens for years. And he was just like, but the minute I started to incorporate Indigenous culture into my recovery, it was a game changer. That man has got me now. The Creator has got my back. And my phone's going to die, but I just keep doing the next right thing. And that man has got me. So that's very important. My spirituality and what I believe in regards to like the universe, like I believe in energy and all that shit. So all of that is important. Also, educating myself. That was huge. Figuring out why I was the way I was. Why am I the way I am? Oh, I don't have childhood trauma, but I was in an abusive relationship since I was a child. So, so just figuring out therapy wise, like figuring out who I am and getting help. And that has been huge in my recovery. Telling my story has been huge in my recovery, and making amends has been huge in my recovery. All of those things are really have given me a solid foundation. Staying single has been a huge part of how I've become so successful. Sharing all of my knowledge makes me feel like I'm in control of my own destiny, and that having a voice is important for me now, and it wasn't before. I was using it, but I wasn't using it for the right reasons. there's so many things that are, I don't have like a syllabus on what my recovery has entailed. I just, it was like, okay, every time I would achieve something, I would go on to the next thing, and then the next thing, and then the next thing. And like my recovery is so on lock that I don't really have a regimen anymore. It's like I wake up, I bring my kids to school, I come home, I smudge, I make content, I edit, like this has become my recovery. This is my recovery. Giving back what I have achieved is my recovery. So all of that in conjunction has really given me a solid foundation. Yeah. Anyways, my phone's going to die and I got to go pick up my baby girl for a dentist appointment. So I love you so much, Dorian. And I will answer all of these questions again. Maybe I'll have a little bit different answers, but they're all really good questions. So I want to do them on the other podcast too.